Thrive group tonight. My name's Leanne Carius from Feng Shui More, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. Tonight we're going to be sharing with you, I'm going to be sharing with you about your bedrooms, things to look for, some ways to make them more harmonious and joyous, and then also some things to be aware of for this year, because we've still got a few months left. Plus, look quickly at the energy that we've got for this month, because ladies, for any of you, it is going to be a very big month where we need to learn communication. So I'm going to share my screen. Now, bear with me. This never gets easier. So just let me get this up for you, and we will, hang on a second. I'm going to, let's just see here where we're at. Okay. Okay. So hopefully you can see my screen up here, and I have got it all shared with you. Looks like it's working. So welcome tonight to how to feng shui your bedroom and your relationships, because this is so important, and particularly for women this month, it is extremely important. So this is why I wanted to share this month with you. So for anyone who doesn't know me, just quickly, my name's Leanne Carius. I'm the founder and owner of Feng Shui More. We are a Australian-based feng shui business, and I am so delighted that I'm here with you to share ways and ideas on how to live your best life and how to be able to live in harmony with the spaces that we've been given. So tonight we're going to talk about bedrooms, and there are a myriad of different bedrooms, and there's no right or wrong way for your bedroom to be. Bedrooms can be totally about your personal taste, your personal likes. The things that you want to bring into those spaces is such a unique and individual thing. But what I want to share with you is some things that might help around locations in your home and the elements. So again, like we've talked through before, we're talking about the 5 elements. Now, as you can see, these rooms here, they're all different. They're all unique. They're all different. They've got a certain blend, a certain style. And we can go from kids' rooms to our adult rooms, to women's rooms, men's rooms, any room. This is going to pertain to most of those spaces that we're talking about tonight. Now, as always, when I share with you, I want to preface with this. This is not going to be your home Bagua chart. Every home, when it is built, has its own chart. This is going to be talking about the annual energies that come in every year, the monthly energies that we've got now. This is not what is going to be specific to your home in some ways. Though when I talk about the annuals and bedrooms, I talk about it for everyone, regardless of what your home Bagua is, because there's energies in our southeast and our north that are better for us not to have bedrooms in this year. So just bear that in mind. Now, energy, feng shui is about energy. It's about qi that gets stuck in spaces. And that's when we want to bring in the feng shui energy that we're using to clear those spaces. Now, if you can imagine, like I always say, be a breeze at your front door. So stand there, imagine yourself going through your entire home where you can go in and out. So if you're in your bedroom, imagine standing at the bedroom doorway now. And imagine you're that soft breeze or that soft stream, whatever works for you, and you're going to flow through your space. Can you get into that space? Can you get into the wardrobe? Can you get under the bed, especially? Can you fit in the drawers that you've got there? Is there space for more and for room for movement? They're the important things to think about. So I don't preface or talk about a minimalistic home. It's not me. I've said it 100 times. I am not a minimalist, but I do know what it's like to change energy and to have energy that's got space to move. It's a well-known thing that when we clear away things that we no longer love, no longer use, or are no longer a necessity to us, then we make room for something else to come in. And that happens in our bedrooms as well. It also reflects conversations in our bedroom. So if your bedroom is in the southwest, for instance, which I'll talk more about shortly, then you want to make sure that you're not having intimate conversations in those spaces, because that is where we have got some conflict chi this year. So we want to make sure that we don't have them in that space. And you know what? Some days when it gets too much, you just can't even. Okay. So if you've got that feeling standing at your bedroom door or at the kids' bedrooms or a guest bedroom, and you're kind of going, I can't even, then let's work through this together. Okay. So, what to do with your homes? This is the best spaces for you to have a bedroom this year. Okay. So in some of your homes, it will be the energy that's best for you regardless. But for this year, definitely. So we definitely don't want a bedroom, if we can help it, in the southeast. We definitely don't want one in the southwest or the northwest. But it all depends what's going on. And sometimes we just can't move our bedrooms. So what do? Well, that's when we bring in the 5 elements and the cures and the enhancers that are going to help us to change the energy that's in that space. So where we start is we look at our bedrooms, okay? And a couple of things that we want to look at when we're doing our bedrooms is we want to make sure of where our doors are positioned. That's really, really important, is looking at where the doors are. Where do the doors open onto our bed? Where can we see the door from our bed? So these are really important things. The other one is like, are we stuck up against a wall? Are we crowded in our room? Are we stuck there? Do we have things that are complementing each other on either side? Do we have a balance in our energy for that room and the furniture that we have there as well? So there's some standard things that we always look at when we're looking at a bedroom. Now, there's some things here that we want to look at because we want to be in our command position. Now, if you've followed me before in any of our sessions here on Thrive or in our groups, then you will find that I talk a lot about the command position, which is our Mingwa. Now, if you haven't got that yet, then please jump onto our website, into the Mingwa section in our free resources, and grab a copy of how to do that. Okay, you will find also I have done that session here in Thrive. So it will be in the guides, I think it's called, under in there. There'll be a whole presentation on how to work out your Mingwa Kwa number, how to get your command position. And what that means is it means that your head is facing your best sleeping direction. So that's really, really important. And it could be north, it could be south, it could be east, it could be west. If it's northeast or southwest, that's a little more challenging to do in a bedroom. So we look at what are the options we've got and how we can actually work around that for you. So it's thinking about those things that are a really good start, particularly in kids' rooms, that's going to help you with that as well. Now, some things that we want to try and, oops, have I gone? I think I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? No. Things to think about are, like I mentioned before, which way are the doors coming? Which way are the doors going to be facing onto our bed? Is it balanced? Do we have the bed balanced on either side, particularly if we're in a relationship or if we're wanting a relationship? And where is the bed position? Are we stuck? Imagine if this was a wall on this side of this little bed here, then we're sort of cornered, is the feeling that we sometimes get. Now, some of this is not traditional Feng Shui, and it's not about the flying stars energy that I work with and the forms and things like that. but it makes a lot of sense when we talk about some of this stuff in Feng Shui as well. So I like to blend the traditional with some of the newer things because it does make a difference when you're in your bedroom. Now, the next thing that we're looking at, oh, I think I'm going backwards here because we've just seen this one twice. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So relationships. This is another really, really important one. Okay. So relationships, if you're wanting to bring somebody into a relationship, we need to make room for that person to come in, make space on the bed, make space in the wardrobe, make space for them to pop their slippers under the bed. This is really, really important. So think about where you've got room for someone to come into you, into your space and into your room, because if you haven't made room for them, then how can you create them because you haven't got space for them? Think about the drawers beside the bed. Are they empty? Is there room for someone in there to put their things? You know, this is all about treating and talking to your subconscious about what you want to happen in that space. Now, I'm just going to check on this. No, we're right. We're going the right way. Okay. So think about when you're trying to bring somebody into your space, have you made room for them? Have you cleared out? Have you opened up the space? Have you welcomed that person in there? You know, and the other thing to think about too, I'm just going to go back to that slide because I want to talk about too, if you are still living in the house where your ex was, or if you've got an ex-partner that's now no longer in the house, and things around those relationships as well. Now, it's really important that you do cleanse the space. You want to get that energy out of there. So do let go of all the things that you can. Now, sometimes that's really difficult. I actually have a blog post that I've done for this week, which is around letting go of things because we've been moving ourselves this last week. And it is difficult with some things that I have discovered bring more of an emotion than a memory, and that's really challenging. So think about why you're not letting that go. And seriously, if you can't let it go just yet, pop it in a box and put it out of the bedroom. That's really important because you want the bedroom to be a space for someone coming in that's new, that's fresh. A good idea to smudge, give under the bed a good smudge over the bed, and make sure, get a little 3x4 card and write your really good intentions on that card, because then you'll remember what it is you want. So think about what you want to manifest and bring into that space for a start, how you want them to come in as well. Now, there are certain areas in your home that are better energy, and there's flying stars energy that is going to be about you being connected to a partner or not. But these are some other little things that you can do by allowing your subconscious mind to actually think about the things that you want to bring into your space. The other thing is to make sure that you have given yourself a good smudge as well. Like, make sure you treat yourself, you know, give yourself a nice smudge all over, and give yourself a good new blessing about walking into a new relationship as well, because we don't want to carry the baggage from the old, and we don't want that associated to our bedrooms either. So it's very important to think about those things as well. Now, kids' rooms are really, they want to be in a yang and active area because, you know, that's what kids' rooms are generally like. But we actually want to make them a little, sorry, I'll start that again. Often we find that kids' rooms are more yang. They're very energetic. They're open. Like this room here, it's got the desk and it's got all the toys. The same as this little one down here. It's got everything in the room. Though I must say, a lot of homes that I've started working with, I've noticed that the bedrooms have become more the bedroom, a sleeping space or a quiet space. And then they've got the playrooms and the theatre rooms and that for the families to gather and to play. So they're really important rooms to think of. But if you haven't got that advantage of being able to have those extra spaces, then think about zones in the room and where you want them to go and where you want them to be with that energy, because we really want them to have the yin energy for sleeping, right? Sort of, and that's hard when you've got yang energy around. The other thing to think about is bunks. I love bunks. I really do, for a time-saving space. But I am aware of, and I don't know if anybody else has experienced this, when we used to go camping as kids and we'd get stuck in the bottom bunk and you'd feel like someone's coming down on top of you. I hated it. So think about the kids that are in bunks. And look, again, sometimes life just dictates what's going to happen to us. But just think about little things like that, because they do make a difference to the kids sleeping, to their behavior, and to what's going on in their rooms as well. Because sometimes we think it's just the kids, when in actual fact, it's a lot more about the energy that's being created in that space. So have a thought about that as well. So in children's bedrooms, again, we want them in good areas of the house. We want them in energetic spaces. If you've done, have your flying stars chart, we definitely don't want them again in the southeast or the southwest if we can avoid it. But if we can't, there are some things that we can do, and I'm going to share them with you in a minute. So the other thing that we want to be aware of is being careful of a couple of other things. One of those is having our desk in our bedroom space. We actually want to try and not have that in there. Again, yes, it can be difficult in some homes, but if you can take that desk and put it actually in a living area or somewhere else, then you're going to have a better chi energy around that. Plus, the energy that you're sleeping on may not be the energy that you want to be creating your wealth on. So think about that as well. In our homes, we've got different areas that are about creating wealth, creating our health. And so once we know where those rooms are, then it makes it easier for us to know where to put our bedrooms and where to put our working areas. The other thing is rooms that have too much stuff. So this room here, like when there's too many things in there and we get the energy starts to get confused and it gets overstimulated as well. That can actually be an issue for us as well, because we don't want to overstimulate the bedroom. The other one is a thing of today, which is our electronics or our EMFs. We want to try not to take our phones to bed. We want to try not to have the clocks too close to our head. We want to try to eliminate some of that space. Now, a house I did just recently, the couple, he was sleeping awesomely, she wasn't. And then when we looked at the bedroom, they were not sleeping in their command position. So we did do some shifting of the bed there. But the other thing was the Wi-Fi was right next to her bed because they had nowhere else to put it. It's where it came into their house. Now, that's all well and good, but she was actually struggling to get to sleep. So think about little things like that and whether you could get an extension. So we got an extension cord, we moved it out of that space and we moved it away, and she's starting to get a more restful night. But just think about things like EMFs in your bedroom as well, electronics. Think about things like where the head, your bed, where your bed head hits the wall. What's behind that? Is it connected to a bathroom or a water source? Has it got the power box behind it as well? So they're all things to think of when you're looking at, particularly if you've got disruptive sleep or energy, or you're not feeling revitalized when you are sleeping as well. So the other thing that we've got is small spaces. Now, this is really common. Really, I get a lot of homes that are small spaces, particularly in the city areas where we work, a lot for Sydney, Melbourne areas where we're working. So we get a lot of small spaces. Now, small spaces are not a big issue. You can actually make the energy of your bedroom work really, really well for you. Now, you may not have the same options as a larger house with the number of walls that you have. You may have to have the open spaces, but one thing to do is put what we call like a spirit wall in between the end of the bed and the bed. Now, I don't know how many of you know, but our daughter has been building her house and they've been living in our, what we call our big house. And my hubby and I chose to move into our nanny flat, which is a small space like this one here. So what I did was I created some spirit walls in that space, which actually gave us some protection for our energy. So, and I don't mean spirit walls as in like, well, they are spirit walls, but it's more for our energy. I also have a bed that has the bed foot on it as well as the bed head. So I feel cocooned in my bed. I feel contained in there. I feel safe in there. So it's really, really nice. So there's some things to think of as well, but there's no reason why if you live in a smaller space that you still can't have really good energy. One thing I'd be careful of is your head underneath a window. If you do have your head underneath a window, then try and have a large bed head to go there to give you your bed some more support. The other thing to do is, and I know they're so popular in small spaces, but be careful what you're putting under the bed, because we really want the bed to have flow of energy. We want the chi to flow all around the space and all around the energy. So when you're having beds that have no flow or you're storing things under them, then you're blocking chi from moving in and around those spaces. What else can I tell you about that? So yeah, so this can just be a 3/4 wall. It doesn't have to be fully to the wall, to the ceiling. It's just enough to give you some connection, like a bookend. It's like your bookend from either end, and you're kind of contained in that space. So, so yeah, that's kind of what that is all about. Now, the other thing that we want the bedroom to do is to bring us harmony. And of course, we want some joy. Okay, it's really, really important. So we want to make it a space where we can do some quiet things. And this is very popular in children's rooms today, where they can go and do reading or something quiet activities. We want to make it wake up fresh and alive. But I love when my grandkids come into my to the nanny flat on a Sunday morning and just jump on the bed with us, stay and have breakfast. It is something I am truly going to miss when they're gone. So it is such a joy, but that's what brings us harmony. So whatever harmony is for you, that's what you want your bedroom to bring. And it all comes down to that energy that you've got around your space. And of course, we want joy. We want the double happiness. We want the happy. We want all that, because that's what our bedrooms are for. They're for relationships and for connecting. Now, one thing, if your bedroom is in the southwest this year, is you're going to have to watch about communication. Some things that you can do in your house. So now, if your bedroom is in the southeast of your home, then I want you to make sure that you take some particular attention to your health and to looking after yourself in that space. If you're in that space, put in a chiming clock, put a wind chime outside. Now, this is all working with the metal element, because we want to reduce down the earth energy of the Empress Chi that's in there. So put a metal wind chime outside, put some a chiming clock, like, even the beautiful, our grandmother's clocks or grandfather's clocks. Mine rings every 15 minutes, so it's not so favorable in our house for a bedroom. But think about like what you've got that would chime or make. Piano music is beautiful. So even at night, if you've got a bedroom in the southeast, then put some piano music on there at night, just to relax to and to go to sleep to. But that's all. And bring in some yellow and some gold colors, and that appeases the emperor as well. So there's some things to do if your room is in the southeast. So you may not be able to move your room, but you certainly can reduce down the energy that's in that space. Now, also, if you've got elders in your house and your elders are not well, then I would try and avoid the southeast, and I would also try to avoid the north this year. The north is our well-being energy. It's where our unwellness is this year. Now, if you can't, there's things like hulus that you can put there. Again, a metal wind chime you could place there. Don't have any fire elements, so no red colors, no burning candles in the northeast. In the gosh, getting all tongue-tied now. In the southeast or in the north. Okay, the southeast or the north, you don't want to do anything there with the fire element. You want to keep that out of there. So that the east is about our family and about our elders, and the energy there this year is really quite nice. But just keep them out of the north and the southeast if you can. But if you can't, there are enhancers and things that you can do that will help with the elements of that energy, and you can reduce down that chi. As I mentioned, the Southwest, ladies, this is the space that represents you, the matriarch of the family. Now, it is communication. It has been the thing I've talked about all year, and it is the thing I'm going to talk especially about this month, because we have double chi in our spaces. So we want to be sure that we have got ourselves in control about how we communicate. It's words we choose, words we use, and what we do with those words. Now, if your bedroom's in the Southwest, it also represents the marriage and the relationship sector. Now, remember, again, I want to preface this again, that this is not your full home bagua, but these areas will make a difference no matter what energy or flying star you've got in there. Okay, so bring in a little fire element, just a bit of red color. So like if it's your bedroom, put a little red rug, a little red cushion, a red vase or something like that in there, and you'll feel the energy settling down, because we want to reduce down the wood element that's in there. You don't want a lot of wood plants and things, or you don't want a lot of water in that space. So think about that as well. The other thing that I find when I go into homes all the time is artwork. Now, I'm not sure if you can see these art pieces, but you'll notice that a lot of them, and what seems to be the thing that's on a lot of walls in bedrooms at the moment, is single women. Okay, so ladies, if you're looking for a partner and every day you walk in your room and you see a single woman, then that is what you're telling your subconscious about. You're sharing with your subconscious that single woman image. So think about that. Okay, think about what is the image that I've got on my wall, and what is it telling me subconsciously about every time I look at it. And they are beautiful. There is no doubt about that at all. But if you want to be single and you're happy being single, then have them. Have those beautiful paintings and images. But if you want a relationship, then you really need to think about what you're doing with your pictures and paintings on your wall. Another thing that it's not traditional feng shui, but I don't know, I have followed this one a lot over the years, and I find that most of my clients do find that it does make a difference when they do shift these things from their bedroom, and that is wedding photos of you and family photos. The other one I've noticed in homes is the sailing ship, or the ship on the ocean. You know, you've got these beautiful rugged ships on oceans and that, and it does make a difference. Again, it's subliminally telling you certain, you know, the rough waters, the rough seas. And so think about what those pictures are telling you, and just have a change. Try it for 3 weeks and see if it makes a difference. If it doesn't, pop it back up there. If it does, then find somewhere else for that to go. So the other thing to put in there, though, is happy snaps of you as a couple. If you're in a relationship, then make sure you bring in those happy snaps and put them in your bedroom. So again, you're seeing those. Okay, really important if you're in the Southwest, your bedroom's in the Southwest, because that's going to help you with that sort of that communication chi. It's going to remind you of all those happy moments and the joy that you have as well. So just think about that when you're putting in your paintings. So, okay. So that's it. Well, that was fun. That was fast. Okay. So I'm not sure if anyone's got any questions, or I'll just check to see if we've got any questions or anything from anyone. Just a quick run through too, though, because I said I would talk about the energy of October. So I'm going to quickly go through that with you because we've got double chi this month. So October is the biggest month of the year. It is pretty much the biggest month of the year. So our areas, we've got double chi. So where we've got good chi, we've got great chi. So areas that I want you to, and I might just duck back to that first slide quickly and just show you what I mean by the areas and what we've got. Oh, hang on, where'd it go? Here. Okay, so the southeast, we don't want to do much in there. We want to keep it quiet. We want to keep it settled, okay, because of the energy that's in there this month, the Empress Chi. The same with the southwest. I've talked about it all night, is communication. The northwest is about our patriarchs, and we want to make sure that we are we're looking after our home security. We're looking after our wallets and our credit cards and our money and our safety in that space. Okay. Great area. And so, of course, the north is our unwellness chi. So if you're unwell now, currently, look and see if you can find another space for you to have your bedroom or your office. A great space for an office is in the west. It's current money coming in. Great space for writing, communication, romance, and artistic is the east. Just remember, though, if you are in a committed relationship, you don't want to overstimulate that area. So you might want a little fire element into there just to settle it down. Or you may find that there is a double of energy and someone hovering around that shouldn't be there. So just think about that. The northeast is beautiful energy. It's been lovely all year, but this month we truly have some beautiful energy in there. So think about things that you want to learn that will create future money. So it's about knowledge, wisdom, skills, learning new skills, doing new skills, becoming skilled. Use that energy around all that as well. So anything that you need to do to upskill for future money, future wealth, and future abundance. So, and the center, of course, we have got our heaven chi. So make sure you ask the heavens. It is double metal, so just be careful of sharp metal, but it's definitely the heavens. Okay, so make sure you're asking the universe to support you. And of course, we have our victory chi in the south. So that's a really beautiful chi that we have there. And it is, if you're of the horse zodiac, this is a great month for you. So very good, particularly if you're wanting to get things finished, getting things done, making things happen, then this is the month to use the energy of the south. Great space for an office this month, and so is the west. So I hope that gives you it's really rushed, I know, sorry, I feel like I talk 100 miles an hour when I'm on here. So we are, like, if you are stuck, if you're not sure, please take advantage of my free 30 minutes that I'm offering you. The link will be in the comments as well, because my purpose is to help you find and support you in having joy and harmony in your whole space, not just in your bedroom, but your whole space. And that's what brings me joy and harmony. So please make sure that if you need support in any way, that you just reach out, and I am more than happy to give you 30 minutes to go through your home and your space or your bedroom or whatever it is you need. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. Happy Feng Shuiing, and have a beautiful week. And I look forward to sharing with you next time. Thank you.